Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Christian. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys had a great week since the last time we were all here. Today, I have somewhat of an embarrassing story for you, but I promise it has a great lesson. So, let's get started. When I was living in Nashville, I started a meetup group. I was super excited. I had been living in Nashville at that point for over 2 years and realized I don't have a village. I don't have a network of women that I can lean on and that I can become close with and mentor and just speak into their lives. And I missed that. I really, really did. So I thought, I'm going to start a meetup group. It focused on a lot of what my YouTube channel focuses on, which is motivation, inspiration, and sharing all of the things that I've learned on my journeys in an attempt to inspire people to start their own. Right away, I had over 100 women join my group, and I was super excited about it. I was pumped because I had so much that I wanted to share in regards to my financial wellness journey and how I paid off $30,000 in 1 year. That was and still is extremely important to me and to who I am. So I decided that my very first event was going to be what I called a budget bites and booze event. I was going to feed the ladies who came to the event. We were going to have wine, aka the booze, and I was going to teach them how to budget. So I created a flyer for this budget. I posted it. This was months in advance, maybe 2 or 3 months ahead of the date. And I got started on planning. Immediately, about 30 women RSVP'd, and I was so excited because the room that I had reserved for this event fit 30 people. So I'm thinking, oh my goodness, we are gonna have a full house. I'm so nervous. I hope that everything that I'm teaching really translates and goes across well. I really put a lot into it. So fast forward to the first week of January of 2019, I spent about $500 putting on this event. I had put a lot of time and energy and creativity into what I wanted to share with the ladies who were going to attend. I had my 30 RSVPs. I had people behind me that were so supportive throughout the entire process. And the night of the event, 3 people showed up. I can laugh about this now, really, but before, whoo, honey. How did I feel that night? At first glance, you probably would think that I would be embarrassed, I would be angry, I would probably be confused because I had 30 RSVPs and only 3 people showed. But there were so many beautiful lessons that I took away from that event. And I want to share them with you guys because I feel like sometimes we'll set out and we have an entire vision for what something is supposed to look like for an event that we have planned in our lives or a goal that we are working to reach. And things don't always work in the way that we think they will. So in honor of those 3 people that showed up to my event that day, I want to share 3 things that I learned from that experience. The first, calm down. I cannot even begin to tell you guys just how much I stressed myself out during that planning process and all of the things that I stressed over, like what was I going to wear that night, right? What food was I going to serve? Would there be enough food? What would I say in my presentation? Would I even say it well? I created an entire budget worksheet just for that night. And honestly, I probably killed way too many trees with all of the copies of the worksheet that I made. Y'all, I bought 12 bottles of wine for this event, which I will be honest was a plus in the end. It came in handy over the next few weeks after the event because I didn't have to buy any Stella Rosa. Now, what sticks with me the most about that night was despite only 3 people being there, I put on a killer event. I had 12 bottles of wine. I had great food and desserts. I had an awesome presentation. I mean, I really put my all into it. Even though only 3 people were there to witness it, I killed it. And what I realized was that how much I stressed had no impact whatsoever on how well the event came out. What I should have realized was that the event was not going to happen how I saw it. It was not going to happen exactly how I wrote it down in my notes. It was going to happen exactly the way that it was intended to happen. So, calm down. Please calm down. 2, the right people will always show up. So the 3 people that showed up that night were actually not even a part of the 30 plus that RSVP'd in my meetup group. One of the people was one of my dear friends, Laura. She is an amazing life coach out in Nashville. And I'm going to be linking all of her information down below because she is just phenomenal. She is the one who actually helped me to work up the nerve to even put this event on. She was with me every step of the way when I hired her as my life coach. And she helped me the most when it came to clarifying my vision, putting pen to paper, and really bringing this event to life. The second person who was there was a coworker and dear friend of mine, Christine, who is also a very talented photographer. She took some great pictures of that empty room that I spoke to. And I am so grateful that she was there. And the third person that was there was Phage, of course, my right-hand man, my sweetheart. He was there, and maybe he felt obligated to be there because I don't know. He helped me so much that night. Even had to talk me off the ledge right before the whole event went down. So those 3 people, even though they weren't a part of the RSVPs that said they were going to be there, they were the right people and they showed up. The truth is, all 30 people could have showed up to the event that night, and not a single one of them could have walked away with something valuable. I think about that all the time. You know, my coworker Christine, she walked away saying, man, I really got something from that. And my life coach Laura, she complimented me so much on all the things that I was teaching. And you could have 3 people in a room, you could have 3,000 people in a room. If you are able to teach or touch one, you have done more than most people. And I am so proud to say that I had a successful event, that I was able to touch at least one, and that the right people did show up. And lastly, I learned to try again. I know that we're in the middle of a global pandemic, but it is absolutely important to me that all of the information that I presented that night gets out to you guys. I know that it's valuable information. It's stuff that I've learned the hard way and that I want to share with you all. And having the courage to try again is the only way that I'm going to be able to reach more people. I think about it like this. If I was too embarrassed or too angry or felt too defeated to try again, someone is going to miss out on what I have to say. You may be in a similar situation. You may have created a vision, put pen to paper, executed perfectly, and it still didn't turn out the way that you thought it would. Try again. Somebody is out there right now waiting on you to have the courage to try again. Somebody is waiting to learn what you have to teach and to hear what you have to say. So try again. I love you so much, and I appreciate you tuning in to this week's episode. I cannot wait to share more with you guys. As always, feel free to connect with me on social media. You can find me on Instagram at The Christian Spear, And if you like what you've seen, be sure to catch up on my other videos and subscribe and turn on your notifications so you know when I post new content every Wednesday. Thank you guys so much. Till next time.